Hey guys, it's Harry here. Imagine owning your first rental property and collecting monthly rent checks without draining your bank account or saving up thousands. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today I'm going to reveal exactly how you can finance your first rental property with almost no money down. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know insider strategies that professional investors use every day, yet most beginners completely overlook. But first, let's shatter a big myth right away. Do you really need to have a fortune to become a property investor? Actually, no. And the proof? Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, famously said, "The rich don't use their own money." So, what money do they use and how exactly can you leverage it too? Keep watching because the answer will surprise you. First, let's talk about seller financing. Arguably the most powerful method beginners ignore. Seller financing means the property seller acts as your lender. Instead of paying a huge down payment to a traditional bank, you make monthly payments directly to the seller. According to real estate investor Brandon Turner, this is a strategy that's worked again and again to build huge portfolios with minimal upfront cash. But wait, how do you actually convince a seller to finance your purchase? The secret lies in understanding the seller's motivations. Sellers who are retiring, downsizing, or have difficulty selling through traditional channels are ideal candidates. They typically value quick, hassle-free transactions over immediate lump sums of cash. Your job is simply to clearly show them the benefits of consistent monthly income, reduced tax burdens, and no more headaches from managing the property. Now, what if the seller doesn't want to finance the entire purchase? Don't worry, there's another incredibly effective strategy called a master lease with an option to purchase. It's a bit advanced, but hear me out because this can transform your investing journey. A master lease allows you to control and rent out the property without buying it outright. Then you can buy it later at a pre-agreed price. You pay a small option fee up front, often as low as a few $1,000s or sometimes nothing at all. The landlord gets a guaranteed tenant, steady monthly income, and someone else managing the property. You get to build equity without large down payments. But here's the unexpected truth. How do you approach landlords with this unusual yet powerful proposal? You'd be surprised how many property owners would welcome this strategy if explained clearly. Simply highlight how it frees them from management responsibilities and guarantees a reliable tenant, especially if they've struggled previously. This strategy has allowed countless investors to rapidly expand their portfolios, and there's no reason you can't do it too. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Are there other financing methods professional investors use that don't involve traditional banks? Absolutely. And here's one of my favorites: private money lenders. Private lenders are individuals who have money but lack the time or desire to invest actively. They'd rather lend their money to you at reasonable interest rates, often with minimal upfront fees, as long as you deliver stable returns. The key to securing private funding? Building genuine, trustworthy relationships. You don't need wealthy connections. Anyone in your network might become a private lender if you demonstrate reliability and clearly explain how they benefit. Offer them competitive interest, straightforward terms, and demonstrate your knowledge. According to renowned investor Ken McElroy, who built his empire using private money, relationships are more valuable than the deals themselves. And here's why it truly matters. Private lenders rarely require credit checks or massive down payments. They're primarily interested in the strength of the deal and your personal credibility. That's exactly why beginners who grasp this early can scale their property investments quickly, even without deep pockets. But maybe you're wondering, what about banks? Can they ever provide low or zero money down options? Surprisingly, yes, they can, through specialized loan programs like FHA loans or VA loans if you qualify. FHA loans, for example, allow you to buy multifamily properties with as little as 3.5% down. Better yet, if you choose to live in one unit and rent the others, your rental income can often cover your entire mortgage, essentially letting you live for free while building equity. It's a strategy known as house hacking, widely praised by experts like investor Scott Trench. But let's be real, What if you don't qualify for government-backed loans or don't want the obligation of living on the property? Does that mean you're stuck? Not at all. There's still another brilliant financing strategy that almost no one talks about, yet it could be exactly what you're looking for. Stay with me, because this next insight will surprise you and completely change how you see your investment journey. Have you ever heard of equity partnerships? If not, you're about to discover a financing goldmine. Equity partnerships are when you team up with investors who provide the down payment or full financing, while you handle property management, renovations, or deal sourcing. Instead of paying interest, you share a portion of the property's profits with your partner. The beauty of this arrangement? You can enter real estate deals using virtually none of your own cash. But how do you actually find these equity partners? And more importantly, convince them to trust you with their money? It starts with clearly defining roles and responsibilities up front. Maybe your partner contributes funds and you handle day-to-day management. Or perhaps they finance renovations while you source profitable deals. Regardless, ensure you're always transparent about expectations, profit splits, and your exit strategy. Investors love clear communication, and it's precisely how veteran investor Robert Helms built his empire, by leveraging strategic partnerships rather than relying on his own capital. Now, speaking of transparency and trust, let's talk briefly about another remarkable strategy: wholesaling. Wholesaling involves finding undervalued properties, securing them under contract, and assigning that contract to another investor for a fee. Essentially, you're earning money without ever purchasing or managing the property. Sound too good to be true? Here's the catch: you must be incredibly effective at finding off-market deals and motivated sellers. Master that skill, and wholesaling can quickly generate substantial capital for future property investments, all with no upfront money required. But here's the critical question: how do you find these lucrative off-market deals consistently? The answer lies in targeted direct mail campaigns, online marketing, and networking relentlessly with other real estate professionals. According to industry legend Dean Graziosi, who began wholesaling deals in his early 20s, the difference between success and failure boils down to your ability to consistently connect with motivated sellers before anyone else does. Now, let's circle back quickly to seller financing, because there's one more powerful secret I haven't yet shared. Something most investors completely overlook. It's called partial seller financing. Instead of financing the entire purchase price, the seller covers just your down payment. You secure a conventional mortgage from a bank to cover the remainder. Suddenly, that seemingly impossible down payment is no longer your hurdle. The seller enjoys immediate cash from your bank loan and continues earning interest from your financed down payment. It's truly a win-win scenario that significantly lowers your financial barrier to entry. But how do you structure this deal so it's irresistible to sellers? The key lies in presenting clear, persuasive benefits. For instance, emphasize that partial financing speeds up their sale and gives them passive income without property management headaches. Renowned negotiation expert Chris Voss says your goal should always be to frame the arrangement so the seller sees an immediate personal benefit, not just yours. Finally, I want to reveal a financing technique often considered the ultimate real estate hack: cross-collateralization. Simply put, this means leveraging equity from another asset, like your home, stocks, or retirement account, to secure financing for your investment property. This approach requires zero out-of-pocket cash and can instantly provide you with the funds needed to close deals quickly. The real magic? You're strategically using existing wealth you already possess, transforming dormant assets into active, income-producing real estate investments. Yet, there's a hidden risk here. How do successful investors safeguard themselves when using cross-collateralization? It all comes down to prudent debt management and conservative deal analysis. Never leverage more than you're comfortable with, and always calculate worst-case scenarios. Warren Buffett famously said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." Stay informed, disciplined, and aware of potential downsides, and cross-collateralization can be one of your strongest financing tools. Now you have a clear roadmap. seller financing, equity partnerships, wholesaling, partial seller financing, and strategic cross-collateralization. Imagine leveraging these powerful strategies to secure your very first rental property, even if you're starting with practically nothing. Thousands of successful investors started exactly where you are now, skeptical, curious, and eager to grow. The only difference? They took action. So, what's your first actionable step going to be today? Whether it's researching equity partners, contacting motivated sellers, or exploring cross-collateralization opportunities, choose one step and commit right now. I'd love to hear which strategy resonated most with you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay committed, and I'll catch you in the next video.